Hello students, today we will be starting with the introduction of QBasic programming. In this video, we will learn how to do the programming in QBasic. So in the last lecture, I had told you what is QBasic and what are the features of the QBasic and how can we do a simple program. So in this video, we will be taking it little bit ahead. I will be using some of the statement and using the program to do some activity. So starting with the video. I had shown you the QBasic icon would be looking like this. So you will just do a right click on it and you will say open, or if it is not opening, you can go as run as administrator. So you will try with open. If the program is opening and it's not giving you any issue, it's fine. So you can run the code. If the output is not coming or you are not able to see any GUI in the screen, so you will go for run as administrator. So I am clicking on open. So here you can see it is giving me a welcome note. I will say OK. So my first program which I will type here is print, and then I will give space. So what my program would be, in this program I will say I will write my name. So in my first program I will write my name. So Muhammad Badr Bhavani. Okay, so the print statement will be executed and whatever is written in double inverted comma, that would be shown as a output. So you need to remember that the print would be the keyword which will allow me to print whatever is written in double inverted comma. So here I have written my name and I will go to run. There is two options. Either I can press F5 on my keyboard or I can click on start. So I will click on start. So it is saying your program will be compiled to your QBasic folder. So you will say OK. So it will be showing you creating.exe file. After this you will get a black screen where you can see the output what you have written the code for. So here you can see the output. It is showing me my name. Okay, so this would be the first program which you will try on your computer. So after this I can press any key to get out of it. Now supposingly I want to print something which would be asking for some space after one line. Okay, so let's say I want to print my address. So XYZ building. Then I want to go to the next line. So I will press enter and I will do the same thing. I will write the statement print and I will say fourth floor. And I want to go to the next line. Again I will press enter and I will write enter and I will write down Mumbai. Now what exactly this program will do is, whenever I am writing the print statement, it is going to the next line. It will execute it in the next line. So my first line would be XYZ building, then in the next line it will say fourth floor, and in the next line it will show Mumbai. So I will run this program. So as it is compiling now, it is showing that it is okay, it is not having any error. If you will get any error, the error would be popping up at the bottom. Okay, so now you can see the result. It is clearly showing XYZ building 4th floor Mumbai. Okay, so it is coming in next line. Supposingly that in this also I want to alter, I want to give spacing between the each line. So what I will do is, okay, I will press enter. So there should be a one line space or there should be a blank line. So I will just write double inverted comma, nothing else. I can give space in between. So what exactly it will do is, it will execute the print statement, but inside the double inverted comma there is nothing. So it will just print blank and it will go to the next statement, which is the third statement, which should be my fourth floor. Okay. Now in the next okay, and here also I would like to give some space. So same thing would be done here, print and then double inverted comma. This is done. So what the you have seen the previous output. Now when I will run this code, you will get a spacing, a blank line in between of each of the line which has been printed. Okay, so let's start with F5. Okay, so it will create my exe file, and if there is no error, it will directly show me the output. So here you can see it is clearly showing me that there is a space between each line which I have written. So first line is my building name, then it's there is a space or one line gap, then again fourth floor, then again one line gap, and then my city, which is Mumbai. Okay, so this will be the program which would look like. Now in a scenario that I want to give some instruction for the other coder, that what code I have done or what things I have written in this code or what this program is all about, I can give a comment area. This is called as giving a comment in my program. So I will just remove this part. Okay, so the keyword would be remark would be giving a remark. So in remark we'll just use rem, and then afterwards whatever I want to specify, I will specify here program to print hobby 3 times. Okay, so now you can understand that this program would be printing my hobbies 3 times. So in this scenario we will just take print statement and we'll print it 3 times. So we'll write print and space, and then we'll say cricket, print cricket, print cricket. Now in this program you can clearly see there is something which is coming in red line. Okay, so now in this bottom side you can see there is a syntax error on line 2. Click here on Control Shift G to jump there. Okay, cause by or after print cricket. So there is some error or there is some mistake in line number 2. So you can clearly say that the spelling of print is not proper, so I need to correct it. So now the error have disappeared or the error have gone. So I have corrected the mistake. Now it is saying okay, I can run the code. So I am running the code. Okay, so this will execute my print statement 3 times. So in the output I would be just seeing cricket, cricket, cricket. I won't be able to see the remark section. The remark section would be just for the programmer who would visit the code and who would know what exactly this code was all about. Okay, so this is something which will be understood by using this simple print statement. In this video we will be working on print statement, and we have understood how the print statement work. Okay, so if I want to print a number, there is two way to print it. First way is write down print, and I can say number 10. That would be inside the double inverted comma, or I can say print number 10, and I can run the program. So it is saying okay, so there is no issue in it. And it is showing me the output also 10 10. Now what the difference is here? In the first scenario where there is number 10 in double inverted comma, this number is taken as a string as in we won't be able to do the calculation part in this. And the bottom one which is there, print 10, that would be used, and that can be used as a number, and can be done with the calculation part. So if I want to do some calculation and run it, okay, so here you can see the difference. In this one I am just getting the output 10 10, and in this one it is showing 10 and 20. So what if I write down the same thing here, plus 10, and I run it? So what do you think? Will I get the uncertainty or it will just print 10 plus 10? Let's see. So this is the output which I am getting after running this code. So it is print 10 plus 10. So it is showing me the outputs 10 plus 10. It is not calculating it. Okay, so that's what I told you. When I specify double inverted comma, it will just print whatever is written inside it. And if I want to do the calculation, if I want the software to do the calculation, so I would be specifying without inverted comma. So it would be 10 plus 10 and it will give me the result. So whatever number I take, I can directly do the calculation by providing the variable input which I want. Okay, so here the 10 plus 10 would be given as an input and it will do the calculation and it will give me the output. So you can do any arithmetic operation you want. I hope you have understood what things are there in QBasic. This is just the basic start of it. So you need to practice it and you need to understand how the software is working. If you find anything difficult and if you are getting an error, you can comment me or you can just message me that this is the issue, sir, and please look over it. You can take the screenshot of the program so that I can know what exactly the code was. Okay, so at the bottom side the error would be also coming. So if you can't identify the error, so I would help you out. Okay, I hope you have understood from this video. All the best. See you in the next video. Bye bye.